Last time I saw Lenny, we were driving in a Winnipeg rain. He's gonna play at some park concert, but first a stop at Long and McQuaid. Did I say this is about Lenny Breau? The concert's cancelled. So we went up to Dick and Sandy's to jam. How Winnipeg loved Lenny. He was their music man. But then he moved to Nashville, Toronto, and LA. Breaking into the big time and making him a name. The sound of those harmonics could make the most bitter picker smile. And when he died, we lost his presence, but there'll always be a Lenny Breau style. Give us a little bit of that Lenny Breau style. Ferguson. Some people often wonder what these musicians are about. But the music keeps on trucking. That's why we took this route. I remember someone told me, I repeated to my wife, some people live for music, but musicians play for life. Some people live for music, but musicians play for life. Blain, beautiful song, but I'm so happy to play it for the ultimate guitar player. It's one I pull out whenever there's a guitar player in the house. We got Rick Levinson right front and center too.
Yeah, Lenny was amazing.
You got to show me how to do that. That's all.
Yeah, I only know the one. But Lenny was amazing. I got to know him a little bit.
Really? Oh.
I did. Yeah, I had a recording session, studio from 80 to 90. I had a recording studio in Brampton area for 10 years, and Lenny came out for a session one time, and he was playing the 7th-string classical guitar at the time with a high A, and he said it saves on strings because I buy a regular set of classical strings and I buy some 10-pound test fishing line for the high A, and so he could have like 100 strings on one reel of fishing line. Anyway, so he was there and he said, "But this won't work with this session. It's country. Whose Telecaster is that up there?" And I had an old a broadcaster actually on the wall, and he borrowed it and used it all day, and it never sounded as good as when he played it. And then I got to know him. He was married to the wife at that point that was implicated in his death. You know, his third wife, the third wife. So I got to know her. I was pretty well babysitting her all day. Do you want to hear this story? She was like, we will come out to the session, we will do it, but there can be no drugs or alcohol or any kind of mood-altering substances at all, or we are out of there. And we said, no, that. And Fraser Mohawk was producing, and he's stoned all the time. So he would have to go out into the orchard and walk around to smoke his joints and come back in. And so she was protecting, she was on the control room side watching Lenny in the glass and make sure he doesn't do anything wrong. And Lenny was on the other side talking to me and the other engineer going, you guys got any booze down the house? Have you got anything? You got any uppers? You got a joint? Like he was looking for any way to alter reality, and she was on the other side of the glass trying to make him stop. And it was wonderful. But he played. I remember they did. It was a twin fiddle band called the Nashville Sailcats from Nashville up by Bolton, not Nashville, and they did a version of. They did Caravan. We did 3 takes of Caravan, and we did 3 takes of Faded Love. And they let Lenny do a rubato intro to Faded Love on the guitar, and he did 3 brilliant ones. He would never repeat himself. He would never play the same thing twice. He rarely played the same thing once, and it was just it was amazing to watch the guy play, because he would never repeat an idea. They were always fresh and always different and always brilliant. And he sat there all day and played country. He said, well, his father was Hal Lone Pine and Betty Cody. So he said, I grew up in country. I love this stuff, and I loved it. And so twin fiddle band.
And he loved your guitar too, I guess.
He played it all day. He liked it very much. Yeah, and I was so I had some pictures of me and Lenny. That was back in I guess 1982 or something like that. But I remember he played the what was Faded Love? No, he did it. Anyway, the fiddles took over at that point, but he just...